Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we are going to be going over my review. We're going over my review of WWE's Clash in Paris event from the past weekend. Who? Who was in Paris? 30,000 people apparently filled the arena to watch this show. This was supposedly broke the attendance gate for this arena that was previously held by a Taylor Swift concert. And if you ask me, if you're breaking record gates held by Taylor Swift, that means your ticket prices are too damn high. Anyway, though, this was the second time coming around to Paris ever since Backlash 2024, which was one of the best pay-per-views I think WWE have put on, like, this decade, probably. You know, the energy, the atmosphere the Paris crowds gave us was such a breath of fresh air compared to the American audiences. And I think it's something what WWE realized that, hey, we need to start doing a lot more international pay-per-views. So this is basically the reason we've gotten them now so much. So now they're back, trying to put on as good of a show as they did last time. Did they succeed? Let's talk about it. First match we have on the card here was Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed. It's so weird seeing Roman Reigns back in a position of just, like, you know, being a singles match guy. And, you know, the fact that we're so far, like, you know, his Universal title reign is just so far behind us now. And seeing him kind of become, like, this guy that can just be a natural babyface, that can just be a card opener, basically. To go from main events to being the opener of a card is really, really weird. But, you know, I'm happy for the guy. I'm happy he's finally able to find that audience that in a way that they can really appreciate him, because they were very receptive for Roman Reigns when he came out here for this match. And it's super awesome for Bronson Reed. I guess have a big moment, a big match on pay-per-view here. You know, this was a good match that made Reed look very credible, like a big main eventer. He was constantly cutting off Roman Reigns, and when Roman Reigns got a little bit of advantage, Bronson would immediately put an end to that. So that was kind of the story going throughout the match, is how, like, much of a monster Bronson Reed was. Again, the crowd was very into it all throughout, chanting for Roman Reigns, booing Bronson Reed, so that's all very good. But yeah, this was a solid match and made both guys look good, and in the end, it only took one spear from Roman Reigns to finish the match, which I think is a good option too. Like, you know, the fact that Bronson was able to stop Roman from putting in the spear so many times throughout the match made him look really good, but then, you know, eventually just being caught with it after a few moves made him look really strong, and then made Roman Reigns look really good in the end too, still having, like, a credible, like, moveset, really. And then, yes, Roman Reigns was able to get his shoes back after Bronson Reed made a habit out of stealing them, so it's cool, good for Roman. However, after the match, as he was giving his shoes away, BAM! He was hit by a spear from Braun Breaker, and then they proceeded for what felt like forever to beat the shit out of this man, Roman Reigns, dude. The two of them hit him with, like, everything they could, dude. And it just went on and on and on. It felt like it went longer than the match itself. It really did. And, you know, by the time, like, you know, Jey Uso was out there trying to help, I was just like, dude, I get it, bro. Like, he's got to be put away. I don't know why. I don't know how this happened recently, but, like, when WWE started writing off characters, the beatdown wouldn't be, like, an intense, it'd just be a super long. I don't know why they made that shift just, like, all of a sudden recently. Like, you know, you used to see guys, like, you know, just have their arms put in chairs and, like, oh, they broke their arms, so now they're gonna be out for an amount of time. Instead, it's, you know, oh, we're gonna beat you down forever and ever and ever, and now you're gonna be fucking gone forever, because that's what Roman Reigns is going to be doing. He's going to be gone for a while to film Street Fighter movie, which looks really cool. So good for him. He's gone now. I think that's another thing, though, is that it's hard to get invested in Roman Reigns feuds now, because he's periodically here and gone so often. But now that he's gonna be gone for a while, and hopefully he can fucking just stay. Like, just stay. I'm guessing we're gonna see a Royal Rumble return now is when he'll probably come back, and then do whatever. Maybe we finally see that Drew McIntyre feud. But yeah, that was it for that match. It was a good match. I liked it. It was a good opener. Solid opener. Got the crowd really hyped. It was a good match. Up next, Street Profits versus Wyatt Six for the WWE Tag Team Championships. This was a decent match. I haven't watched, like, a lot of SmackDown recently. I haven't been paying too much attention to it, so I didn't really know that they were kind of teasing a bit of, like, what's it called, a split between the Street Profits, which I think would be interesting. I think, you know, I feel like Angelo Dawkins will struggle a bit if they do split him up, but Montez Ford will probably excel if they do let him, truly. But anyway, this was a decent match. It played into the potential Street Fights breakup. Not a lot to say about it. There was some good moves here and there, some good tag team wrestling. A Wyatt Six are using the advantage. I still do like the Wyatt Six, actually. I think I guess in the tag team division, it is a good spot for them. I do like that. I do like them there. Again, I think the whole SmackDown and tag team division is really great right now. So I have no problems with this. But then yeah, Wyatt 6 wins by using the numbers advantage to their advantage, I guess. How to word good. Yeah, this was decent. This was a fine match. I didn't really have much to think about. I think the ending was pretty funny when Montez Ford teased Uncle Howdy, and then Uncle Howdy just came in and Sister Abigailed him. That was pretty funny. It was a pretty funny spot, guys. Oh boy, up next, Nikki Bella versus Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I don't know what it is about this women's IC title or something like Becky Lynch where it's just in her contract to wrestle a bunch of pay-per-view matches, but like since WrestleMania, the women's world title on Raw has been on like 2 pay-per-views, and the women's Intercontinental title has been on like 5. I don't know why they've just been putting this title on higher on the pedestal than their actual world championship. It's such a weird choice for me, but Becky Lynch's heel reign has been interesting. I liked her feud with Lyra Valkyria a lot, so now I'm kind of interested to see where she goes on from here. And that goes for both women actually, but here she's gonna be wrestling Nikki Bella to retain the title, and it was a below average match, honestly. I do like the aggressiveness that was on display here quite a bit. I thought it was a bit of a hard hitting match. It looked good at points, but then at other points, their timing was clearly messed up a little bit. And, some camera angles didn't look very good, so that took it away from a little bit. And then she kind of won with this. And then Becky Lynch, in the end, won with this pretty sloppy crucifix roll-up, which is she's calling the Lynch pin, I guess. It's been like her big neck. I guess her next big dangerous move will be that as like a way to end matches and, a dastardly heel way to win. But yeah, this match was really nothing to come back on. I'm not really excited to see like Nikki Bella in the future. I don't want to say the women's like roster has like surpassed her, because I think that happened actually a long time ago. But I don't feel a sense of character. I just don't know if the crowd cares as much now as they would have like back in 2016, 17. So I worry about her spot on the card and that taking away a spot of someone else that could actually get the crowd in a bit more. All right, boys, no more fucking around, because the next match is Sheamus and Rusev in a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match. Let me tell you guys something. I love me a pay-per-view Sheamus match almost as much as like the next guy, even more honestly. It's so important to have like when your promotion as big as WWE, it's so important to have matches like this still be put in a spotlight where it's just big dudes beating the shit out of each other, and now you give them weapons. I think that's awesome. I think that's something you need to continue yourself with, and I think that's something AEW could learn a little bit from, bro. Like, I'm sorry to bring them up. They don't have nothing to do here, but like I want to see more big dudes fight each other. I want to see more big dudes beat the shit out of each other, bro, because this match was awesome. I love this match. It was so simple. It's so simple, dude. It's all you gotta do is just let 2 guys legitimately beat the shit out of each other, and that's what Sheamus is down to do every single time he steps in a ring. So this match was awesome. Yeah, I love the spot with the bar. It looked fucking brutal. It looked nasty. A lot of the moves look nasty here. I like the white what's it called? What's that fucking like white noise Sheamus does off the barrels and through the tables? We've seen that before, but it still looked really bad for Rusev there. But then Rusev won in a really awesome way too, man. Like, he won with the accolade and made him look really great. Sheamus put him over awesomely. So I hope for big things for Rusev in the future here. I would have, now if you were again, you give me the pen, I would have given him an IC title like feud with new champion AJ Styles, but since WWE decided not to fucking put the belt on him on Raw, I guess you can just give him AJ Styles anyway and have just another fun mid-card feud for the guy, I guess. So yeah, that's where I hope he goes from here. I hope Sheamus continues to be on my television screen fighting some other, cool dudes, I guess. I'm trying to think of who else there could be. I don't know, dude, you fight the Vision. You fight Seth Rollins' group. Dude, fight Braun Breaker again. Fight Bronson Reed. Give me that. I don't know. Who else is there on, like, the Judgment Day? Fuck no, man. Get out of here. Up next, John Cena versus Logan Paul. Now, okay, look. There isn't anything wrong with this match. Again, the crowd absolutely loves it. They're going crazy. They're reacting every single way They want them to. All the moves are great. They're putting on, they're doing callbacks to a bunch of wrestlers. Which, by the way, actually, John Cena did like a fucking, what was it, a deep six or like the end of days from Baron Corbin. Fuck you, John Cena. How dare you do that after you absolutely buried the shit out of him in Summer? You didn't lose to him at SummerSlam, bro. Fuck you, man. You killed all his momentum with that loss, bro. Fuck, man. And now you want to do the end of days where he kicks out of anyway, bro. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. As I was saying, the match was fine. It was technically sound. The crowd was really into it. But it's just something about these Logan Paul matches anymore. In 2025, like before it was good, it was pretty fun. But now it just feels, ugh. I can't connect with it as much, Like I just can't. It's really hard to get myself into a Logan Paul match these days. Which is just weird. I don't know if it's just like, the product overall, like the circumstances of what WWE looks like right now, the landscape, or just him, but it's just so like, ugh. It's just, ugh. Brother, ugh. That's how I feel about watching a Logan Paul match anymore. But it's not bad. That's the thing. Like, you could still put on a great match. Like, I mean, a technically sound match where all the spots look good. But it just doesn't feel right, There's just something missing about it. And I think that's something WWE is starting to, like, struggle with a lot in some of their matches, especially the weekly TV matches. I think they're starting to lose their, not lust, I guess, like, their luster? Is that the saying? Lose their luster? I don't know. But, like, there's just something about a lot of the TV matches these days that aren't feeling that way. And I feel the same way about Logan Paul matches these days. This one, again, it was good though. If you're a super casual of the sport, then you will probably enjoy this. John Cena gets the win with the AA. They do they do a bunch of other moves, of other people's moves, some callbacks to some other people. Dolph Ziggler was another one they did. Who a bunch of people said John Cena buried as well, but we're not gonna get into that. We're gonna move on from this actually because we're already gonna be talking about the main event. Seth Rollins defending his World Heavyweight Championship against CM Punk, Jey Uso, and LA Knight. Yeah. Dude, you could not pick a better like 4-person like match to like get the crowd hyped during their entrances, bro. These 4 have the most like crowd responsive entrance ever, and having them in the main event of that Paris show, having them, it's like fucking gives you goosebumps watching, bro. I love watching those entrances. That was one of the best parts of the entire match. But this was some pretty good standard fatal 4-way stuff. Obviously, Jey Uso selling the injury that he got from helping Roman fight off Braun Strowman and Braun Baker, who, by the way, got ejected from the building earlier in the night, so they will not be in this main event. So how does Seth Rollins win here? I wonder what happens. But, well, I guess we'll see, because, they do some crowd brawling, which looks good. They do some teaming up, which is awesome. I love the fucking, yeah. That feels so dumb to say out loud, but I love that moment where they exchange yeets and yas between Jey Uso and LA Knight. But it comes down to, coming down to the end here, it's very much about CM Punk and Seth Rollins again. LA Knight takes this nasty bump through the fucking announce table. I couldn't believe he actually made that jump. He looked so far away from it, but he was able to land. It looked really nasty. Seth Rollins takes up both LA Knight and Jey Uso. CM Punk looks to have the match won, but oh my god, hooded woman comes out. Low blows CM Punk. It's none other than Becky Lynch. She seemingly has joined the vision of Seth Rollins and allows Seth Rollins to get the stomp in, get the win, and retain his World Heavyweight title. I like this main event. This was a pretty good match here. I think it was a good way to end the show. And yeah, Seth Rollins continues with his vision. I don't hate the Seth Rollins CM Punk feud that some people seem to as much. I think people saying, oh, it's overplayed, it's this and that, it's whatever. I feel like you could say the same about a lot. Like, I feel like, again, not to bring them up again, but I feel like you could say the same about, like, Kenny Omega's feud with the Don Callis family. It's just, that's all he's done this entire year, is feud with the Don Callis family. So, for them to continue on this feud from January all the way through to here is fine with me. At least they're doing, like, interesting twists and turns with it, All the thing that's happened between Omega and Don Callis is that Okada's joined the family, and that really didn't even need to happen in the first place, so... Yeah, anyway, side tangent aside, this match was good. The show itself, you could really feel, despite the Paris crowds, you could really feel the fillerness of this pay-per-view, I think. Especially with matches, like, as good as Sheamus and Rusev was, just putting this, like, long-running TV feud on a pay-per-view match, you could kind of tell, it's like, oh, okay, we're kind of running out of shit to do here. Especially with the tag team match out in here, too. They never put tag team title matches on pay-per-view, so you know when they do, you know it's like, wow, we ain't got nothing else to fucking do here. And then of course it's a tough spot though, because like, you know, he's Seth Rollins is the new world champion. He's obviously not gonna lose it immediately, so you may as well just have a fun fatal 4-way for it, because he's obviously gonna retain. And they did do something with, like, you know, adding a new member of the Vision in Becky Lynch, so I don't mind it. It was fine. It wasn't as good as the Ring of Honor pay-per-view from 2 days previously, but it was a solid enough show to get you through. It was enough. It's good. You know, turn your brain off, just watch some goofy wrestling. It was cool. It was alright. It was alright. It's alright. It was alright. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say about this show, bro. Let me know what you thought of the show in the comment section down below. Be sure to leave a like, share, subscribe, and that's gonna do it for me. I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.